Welcome back to Kids Planning. I'm Allison, this is Daniel, and today we're going to check out what's new in Machi Koro 2.
Now, we love Machi Koro, and now Machi Koro has a little brother, big brother.
Big brother.
Big
brother.
Big
It grew
sister.
up.
It
grew up.
Yeah. Wait, which one is the big brother?
This one?
Okay.
2? It came after, but it's bigger.
Okay.
We'll just say it that way.
There's a new Machi Koro.
There's a new Machi Koro.
That is Machi Koro 2.
Right. And we're going to talk about what's new in this game because that's what a lot of people are asking.
Yep.
But we're going to talk about first what is the same in Machi Koro 2 that you can expect if you've already played Machi Koro, the original.
So the core mechanic of the game, the actual gameplay, is very similar as far as you are trying to gather cards into your city. You roll a dice, you roll a 5, and you have a 5 in your city. You're going to get 2 coins from the bank.
And then
With
the triggering the end of the game, sorry, I interrupted you, triggering the end of the game is the...
similar.
It's completing the landmarks.
Yes, completing
the
the
number
landmarks.
of landmarks is different, and we'll go into that.
Yes.
But that is the basics of the game.
So
It's
what's new in Machi Koro 2?
Now, if you can look, you see that how we have this set up. There is 3 unique decks in this game.
The setup is completely different. Again, we're comparing to Machi Koro base game, not the expansions. And this game is not compatible with any of the expansions with the Millionaire's
So your
Row.
Millionaire's Row and your Harbor
Yes.
and all that, it's not compatible.
But in base Machi Koro, you take all of the cards and put them out, all of the number 1s in a stack, all the 2s, all the cards are in stacks, and you can buy them, and when they're gone, they're gone. But you put all the cards out, they're all visible.
Right.
In Machi Koro 2, you have stacks of cards that activate on numbers 1 through 6, on 7 through 12, and then the landmarks, and you will notice it's a big old deck of landmarks, and they are all different.
They are all different.
So you take these 3 stacks, you put out 5 cards until there are 5 unique cards. So if you put out a second wheat field, you would just stack it on top.
So I've got this second apple orchard. I'm just going to stack this right on top right there. So if I was refilling, then I would stack that and then pull another card to then refill its spot.
Yes. And then same thing, if you buy one, if I buy a forest, replace it from the top of the deck. And so you fill in any spots. You can buy 1 card per round. Again, the mechanic of the actual turn order where you roll the dice, you gain money, you pay money to other people, things like that. That's all the same. So this is the setup. It's different, but you start out with these 3 separate rows of cards from the beginning.
You've got your bank with the same high quality plastic coins, which I like.
Yep. And there's a reference card, which let's jump into the reference card. It's
Reference
probably
card.
not a great catch for this video, so we'll come back to that at the end. But the reference card is really cool.
It is really neat.
So especially for younger players, the reference card is really neat. So this is a little embarrassing. In this video, we forgot to mention the minor detail that the way you start the game is completely different than the original Machi Koro. In Machi Koro 2, instead of having a standard starting hand, everyone gets 5 coins, and then you do 3 rounds of purchasing where people get to buy whichever cards they want using those 5 coins. So you can buy the 1 through 6 cards or the 7 through 12 cards, but you get the choice of how you're going to start out, which makes it really interesting because you could start out with all red cards where you're banking on people rolling those numbers and getting coins from other players, or you can start out with kind of just the blue cards being basic income producing cards. And in just a second, I'm going to tell you that you can roll 2 dice from the start of the game, which makes that strategic decision just more interesting, that you can get any cards and you're not stuck with cards at the beginning of the game that only activate with 1 dice. So to start the game, everyone gets 5 coins, and then you do 3 rounds of buying where everyone can buy 1 card per round. So you can either spend all of those on more expensive properties, or you can buy cheaper properties. But at the beginning of the game, you're going to get to buy up to 3 properties to start off your little town with. And now we're going to get back to how you get to roll 2 dice from the beginning of the game. From the beginning of the game, you can roll 2 dice or 1 dice. You no longer have to unlock that with a landmark. In Machi Koro 1, everyone has the same set of landmarks. In this game, there's no set of landmarks.
No set.
Yeah. You win by completing 3 landmarks, and you will notice the landmarks have 3 prices on them, except this one. This is a catch-up mechanic. Also neat. But they have 3 prices on them. If this is your first landmark, it costs 10. If it's the second landmark you built, it costs 14. If it's the third, it costs 22. Your goal is to make 3 landmarks. As soon as someone builds 3 landmarks, the game is over. And then you have the launch pad that's an instant win.
Instant win.
Yes.
Now, I will say something that's really unique about these landmarks is they can affect everyone at the table. You have these green ones right here that is builder only. That only affects you, the builder, and that is immediate. Now, you've got these brown ones here, and it says all players, and this happens throughout the game.
Yes.
So with this one, if you roll double, you get to take another turn this round. So anyone who rolls double gets to take another round. So you need to be aware of who has what landmarks.
And that introduced a really unique strategic choice, because I lost. Everyone lost except Peyton.
Peyton has won every game we played of Machi Koro 2.
But Peyton won the last game because I built the tech startup, which says for all players, if any player rolls a 12, they get 8 coins. That card in my town allowed Peyton to get enough to build his third landmark.
It was pretty impressive.
So that strategically, it's no longer just let me build the landmarks as best I can. It is, I take that and I rolled 12 a couple times and got 8 coins. So it helped me, but it also ended up winning the game for Peyton. So I really, 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 really like and again,
even though he lost,
even though I lost, like all of these are different. So this is your store establishments earn an extra coin for all players. This one, take 3 coins from each opponent for each landmark they own. That's one time for the builder only. But all of these have different effects on them. All of these, it's a mixture of, again, things that affect all players. So reduce the build cost of the launch pad by 5 coins for all players. So if someone builds the observatory,
they get the credit for building the landmark, but they make the launch pad more accessible.
They make the instant win cheaper for everybody. So that, again, that is probably strategically the single biggest change to the game. And again, instead of having, even with the Millionaire's Row and the harbor expansion, you still
for Machi Koro.
Yeah, for Machi Koro, everyone, there were more landmarks, but everyone had the same. It was the exact same pathway to victory. With this one, it is very,
I don't know, it's very diverse.
Yeah. And the loan office, this is the catch-up mechanic. You will notice this is the only one that only has one price. If you are the only player without a landmark, it only costs 10, and it reduces the cost of all landmarks for that player only by 2. So I love that they built a catch-up mechanic into this, because that was something in Machi Koro. If you built a really nice engine and kind of got your income flowing, it was really hard. It was really hard to catch up.
Yeah, because I mean, someone can grab like all the mines and all the forests, and I mean, gosh, if someone rolls an 11 or 12, you get 6 coins from the bank. If you got 2 of those, and people like more than one person is rolling those 11s or 12s, you can make bank real quick. And so having a catch-up mechanic is really it's valuable to have.
Now, as far as the artwork, again, obviously this artwork on the back of the card is new. They gave the cards a little bit of a facelift, not too much, but you will notice
there's a lot of new cards.
There's a lot of new. We're not going to go into all that because they functionally are the same as the other cards. Where again, with the Furniture Factory, if you roll an 8, you get 4 coins from the bank for each card you have that has this gear icon.
Right.
The combo cards indicate that
you need something in order to gain something.
They indicate that, like the Furniture Factory is a combo card. It shows that you are going to get cards for other cards in your hand. So they did things like that to. I think
it was
really,
ease of play.
Yeah, benefits younger players especially to see, okay, that card.
Or older players who are narrow-minded.
But like, these are both green cards. This one isn't a combo, so I know that this card is going to just score for itself. This combo card is going to score for other cards. It's going to remind me to look and see if I have those symbols.
And their color coding is very key in this game. The greens, all the greens are you only. The blues are everyone, and then the reds are everyone is affected by your roll.
Yes.
Or
you
are affected by
I earn money when Allison rolls
I roll
a 3.
If he has a cafe, and same with a 9 or 10. If I roll a 9 or 10, then I owe him money if he has that card.
So gameplay wise, that is I think the biggest changes to the gameplay are the fact that you have 3 unique sets of cards. You maintain 5 unique cards in each row. If you ever happen to run out of cards, that row just doesn't refill anymore. There would be no other option.
That'd be a long game. These decks are pretty big.
And again, the landmarks, it's because there's so many, and if you played, I think it'll play up to 5 players.
Yeah.
So even if everyone got 2, you're never going to get through the landmark deck. So shuffling that, you're going to have different options every game. Which
you may not have the loan option next time.
Yeah, we've never gotten the launch pad. Like
no, it hasn't
never
come
up. The loan office has come up in a couple games, and the launch pad has never come out. So I think it does a good job of adding variety too, because that was one of the critiques of Machi Koro that I've heard is it just gets very repetitive because
Yes.
it's the exact same path to victory. You're at the will of the dice, but you still kind of can just repeat your strategy and just go through those cards.
Right.
So that
Now let's talk really quick. Sorry, I interrupted you, but really, really, really want to talk about these reference cards.
the reference card. Okay.
The uniqueness of these reference cards.
So side one is the game flow. Again, it's a standard reference card. On this side, game flow.
It is very small print, I will say, but they fit
it
a
is.
lot on this card.
And Machi Koro is not a complex game. So once you know this, you're not going to have to reference that. And again, it was fitting on a standard size card. That's the only way they could do it.
The back.
This side, I am so in love with this side of the card. So what you have here is a chart of 1 through 12, 1 dice and 2 dice. And these are all of the possible rolls that you can roll with 1 dice and 2 dice. So obviously with 1, you just have 1 through 6. But it gives you the probability, the statistics of like your probability of rolling each number with each dice. So you can't possibly roll a 1 with 2 dice. The lowest number you can roll is 2. So, and with a single dice, it's obvious you have a 1 in 6 chance of rolling any number. But with 2 dice, it tells you you have there's 36 possible combinations that you can roll with 2 dice. You have a 1 in 36 chance of rolling a 2 because Snake Eyes is the only way you can get it by rolling 2 1s. With a 3, you could get that from a 1 and a 2 or a 2 and a 1. Like there's still that kind of confused
There's a
Peyton.
little bit more.
Like there's some nuance to it, but this is a different roll than where is it? Than this. So there are 2 combinations of dice that can get you a 3. There's 3 that can get you a 4. And then a 7, there's 6 out of 36 possible combinations that will end up with a 7. So especially, again, whether you're old or young, but I think my mindset is usually with this just how it affects kids and how it affects accessibility. For them to have a way to just look and say, okay, let me find the biggest number. 7's the best. Because you may not realize that 7's the best and the most likely to be rolled. And 7 is also, I believe, is a blue card.
It is.
So it activates on everyone's turn. So if you can get a 7, that is the most likely card to earn you income throughout the game. So just, I've never seen this on a reference card.
It's so valuable.
I would not expect it on a reference card in a game this simple. But when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, that is amazing.
Yeah.
The fact that they did that. And again, just to give anybody the ability to say, I don't know what to get, but let me look. Okay, there's a 4 available. That's a pretty good chance. And in
one of our games, I think everyone rolled 4 for like 2 rounds.
And as a reminder that there's no possible way to get a 1 if you roll 2 dice. So just those, just those reminders. I could talk about this for a long time.
He really likes that card. I worked so hard on that.
I know, and I fixed it.
Kind of.
So yeah, well done. Whoever thought to do this, well done. That's awesome.
Now the question is, does Machi Koro 2 replace Machi Koro? If you already have Machi Koro, is there a benefit to getting Machi Koro 2? If you end up finding Machi Koro 2, would it be beneficial to get Machi Koro, the original? Personally, Allison here, Machi Koro 2 replaces Machi Koro for me. I see, because this is available, we have it in our collection already. We will be pulling this out when we have a hankering to play Machi Koro because I love the diversity in it.
And this streamlines it, and it doesn't. Now, Machi Koro original, we went to our game store, we bought it, we played
Beginning of COVID.
We went back to the game store later that afternoon and bought the expansions because it was like, oh, this is great. I want to play an advanced version. Like, I want to play a bigger version of this. It also, with the expansions, has the potential to become a major table hog.
It can. Now, I will say those expansions are really awesome. We really love those expansions. Those are not compatible to this, and they do have a different...
they have different
they play differently. So if we were going to play Machi Koro, again, I would definitely be adding those expansions in.
But I don't feel the need after playing this game like that like, I wonder if there's anything to add to it is not there playing this version.
No, I really enjoyed it.
It's a really balanced. I think they improved a lot of the things that were, and lacking isn't a great word, but just a lot of the common criticisms of Machi Koro 1, they improved upon a lot in this. The variable setup, the way that it streamlines, that you can roll 2 dice right off the bat. You have that choice from the get-go. You don't have to unlock that ability. That you have the cards, even in the variable setup in Machi Koro, as you get along, you put out a certain number of cards, and it's just whenever a space is empty, if you don't go with the non-standard setup. But with this, there's guaranteed to be some 7 through 12 cards, some 1 through 6 cards. And I really like the way that they set this up, streamlined it, added a lot of variety to it, added new buildings, especially the landmarks. Both boys said, both Jared and Peyton said they would teach somebody Machi Koro 1 because it has fewer choices.
That's
so they
true.
said if you had both and if you hadn't played before, that if they had access to both, they would rather teach somebody Machi Koro 1 first and then have them step up to Machi Koro 2.
Which I agree.
Yeah, this adds choice. This adds an element of strategy that if you're not familiar with the game, may throw you off a little bit or take a little more time to understand. Not a lot.
Yeah,
but
we are very seasoned players of Machi Koro. So when we stepped right into this, it was just like, oh, whoa, that's so cool. So those who know and love Machi Koro, this is going to be a really fun game.
But I did find that interesting that they both said
that is interesting.
Teaching someone new, Machi Koro 1 is a little less complex, has fewer choices, so that'd be a better one to teach with. But they both said if you had to pick one, they would take Machi Koro 2 over Machi Koro 1.
If we were gonna play the same
we
one.
love both games, but I think this is definitely an improvement on Machi Koro 1. This will be the one that we go to when we want to play. Even though we have all the expansions for Machi Koro 1, I think this will come out more often than that. It does a great job of...
I also really love the colors of these dice. Sorry, I just had to say that. I really like those colors.
But it does a great job of not feeling like you need expansions to round out the game. It is a very well-rounded, well-balanced game out of the box.
So that is our basic kind of overview of what's new in Machi Koro 2. If we didn't touch on anything that you had questions on, you can leave that in the comment below, and we'll answer it there. But yeah, this is Machi Koro 2.
Really excited about it. Really enjoyed playing.
Yep.
So yeah. Have any questions, leave us a comment. Otherwise, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're not already.
And that like button, that's right there. And you can also...
the bell.
Oh, yeah. Ding, ding. And you can check out some of our other videos right over here. We'll see you later.
Bye.